For week 12, I decided that I would like to give you another option for completing Project 5. Option 1 is that you could just go ahead and complete Project 5 exactly as it was presented last week. You'll just work up your concept that you proposed from Micro Project 12. Option 2 is that you could, instead of working up your concept, you could decide that you want to recreate the cats versus dogs infographic that I provided this week as an example. So here it is. If I scroll down, I can show you. And if you would like to choose that option, I provided the artwork in this zip folder that you would download. And also there's a Word document inside of that with the data that you would use to create the graphs. And if you do decide to do option 2, then you would just submit that to the Project 5 link. You don't have to let me know that that's what you're going to do instead of your proposal. Just go ahead and work on that. I do plan to create a few videos that'll walk you through some various parts of the cats versus dogs infographic. The reason that I decided to give you this second option is because I realize that this project, it may be difficult if you're not that comfortable or you don't have a lot of practice using Illustrator, or maybe you're just not sure how to approach creating something like this. So if you would like to do this option 2 and recreate an infographic as sort of a practice, then for the final project, what you could do is you could go ahead and create your infographic as you proposed in Micro Project 12. So that's option 1 for the final. Option 2 for the final is that if you did decide to go with with creating your own infographic for Micro Project 12, then for the final you could decide that you're going to recreate the cats versus dogs infographic, and that could be your final. Another option for the final project is that you could decide on something completely different. It would still be an infographic, but you could make a different type of infographic and actually, just propose something to me. If it's a good idea, then I'll say, yeah, go ahead with it. Also, when I'm saying data points, what I mean is that each graph is something that you're comparing, or something that you're showing in a graph is what I'm calling a data point. So this is a data point here, the percentage of households that are owning cats and dogs. And the 10 most popular breeds is a data point. So that's the same for the others. And when I look at this cats versus dogs infograph, I can see that there are 5 data points. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically there's 5 different graphs representing these 5 different data points, and they're all presented as a single composition in a larger infographic. All right, so I am planning to provide some videos showing how I did certain parts of this, like just showing you how to set up the document and how to create these different types of graphs. I can show you how to create this one with the houses, and I can show you how I created the bar graph. And what I would do is I would show you how I created one of them, and what I did is once I had one figured out, I chose the way that I wanted to present the information and the colors and the style and everything. Then I just basically just copied that same style for the other bar graphs. And then another thing I would show you is also how I created this map, because there is a specific way that I created this with the 3 different colors. So I've got my purple and my pink, and then this darker red color is a combination of those 2 colors mixed together. And there was a certain way, a certain technique that I used to do that, so I could show you that as well. All right, so I don't mean to complicate things. I'm actually trying to make things a bit easier for you just by giving you these options. Again, just go ahead and decide. If you want to recreate the cats versus dogs, then I'll be putting some videos out there, but in the meantime, you can go ahead and get started. I'm giving you the pixel dimensions. Also in that zip file, I've provided a PNG image that you could refer to. And like I said, I provided the artwork, so you could get started on this on your own. And again, if you're just deciding to continue with your concept that you proposed in Microproject 12, then you can get started on that also. You may decide to watch the videos for the cats versus dogs anyway. Maybe you can get some ideas. But aside from that, I'm not going to change any of the information in the original project link. Just follow instructions as usual. The only difference is that if you're deciding to recreate the cats versus dogs, you're going to work on that instead and submit that to the Project 5 link. For the videos, I'm going to be using the automated captions from YouTube. So if there's anything that is not correct or that you're not sure about, you can send me an email, and we could talk by phone as well if you want. Just send me an email first and say, hey, could I discuss such and such with you over the phone. If you did want to meet with me in person, I am available Western Campus between 4 and 6 on Thursdays, except for Thanksgiving. So, just send me an email again and just let me know. So have a good week and look for some videos coming up in the next few days.